Welcome back to Godot Dev Checkpoint. In our last few videos, we mastered horizontal movement and customized our controls. Today we conquer the vertical plane, gravity, and jumping. We're going to finish explaining the official character body 2D template by looking at the jump velocity constant, the core concept of Vector2 for 2D physics, and the function that handles gravity. Let's finish this movement script. Now back in our player GD script, we had a template. Now the template included two constants, speed and jump velocity. Now jump velocity is going to be the instant upward speed applied when we jump. So notice the negative sign here. Now in Godot 2D, the positive y-axis points down. So negative y moves our character up. Our velocity property is a vector2, containing a container for two numbers, x horizontal and y vertical. In the previous videos, we only changed the velocity x, dealt with that. Now we're going to manipulate the y. This will handle falling and jumping. Now in the physics process function, we highlighted and commented out this part here, the add gravity. Now if you block commented like I did, you can highlight, hold down Control K, we're going to bring that back. Now you notice we get an error if you fix the caution and underscore the delta here. We could either underscore here, but we're going to keep it default and just get rid of the underscore we put in. And that'll fix the error for that. Now we're using the delta, which remember, it just means that it will keep the frame rate not affecting our motion at all. Now the is on floor here line uses the built-in is on floor method of the character body 2D. Now you can look up the documentation for is on floor below. It's all linked. You can read about all the is on stuff if you'd like. Fun fact, if you also have these blue here, highlight, mouse over, hold down Control, and you can click on them. If you click on it, it'll bring you to the in-engine documentation, which is handy. We also want to look at the website every now and keep the most up-to-date, just in case anything changes. This is good for a quick reference. So back in here, we're looking at the get gravity. Now that's the heart of the equation here. Now get gravity, it's a built-in function that retrieves the gravity value when it's set in the project settings, or how it is set in the project settings. It usually returns a value like 0 or 0 to 980 xy respectively. And the velocity plus minus. Now we're adding that downward force to our existing vertical velocity every frame. The times delta, that's the we just changed. Now that, like we said, we multiply by delta to ensure the acceleration is smooth and consistent regardless of frame rate. Now this next block that we commented out, we can uncomment that now. If you block comment, you highlight, Control K, bring it back to life. All right, now we also have an error for the jump velocity because if you remember, we also commented out jump velocity constant. So we can just get rid of this hashtag or number sign, depending on what millennium you're from. Now this is all fixed. Now this handles our upward movement. Input.isAction just pressed UI accept and is on floor. This checks if the jump key, the space bar by default, was pressed down on the current frame using just pressed is critical. Otherwise, holding the key would cause continuous jumping. And is on floor, this ensures a character can only jump when grounded. So you can't jump in midair. Now, if you want to implement like a double jump, well, for future projects, that's how you would do that. You get rid of that. And then you'd make like a jump limit. Player can jump 3 times or 2 times. But for now, we're going to keep it once. And the velocity.y equals the jump velocity. Now, if both of these conditions are true up here, we set the vertical velocity to our negative constant, which is the jump velocity. Now, immediately launching the character up. And everything below we can keep as the same. All right, now back in our 2D tab with our player, we need to test the jump. So you see this node configuration warning. That's because we moved our player. Now we're going to keep this scene separate from anything else, so it's going to be its player by itself. So we're going to recenter our character. Keep it in its default placement. So if you notice, character body has selected, then our transform, we want that to go back to 0. So we're going to select reset. Then if you save the scene, it'll get rid of that error. Now that's where our character should live, because this is not where our character is going to move. This is just where our character exists. And for good measure, our character body 2D, we know this is going to be our player. So let's rename this to player. Now this scene is called player in both instances. That's important because what we're going to do, so we can test the jump, go back to our welcome scene, and then this node 2D is going to be our root node for this scene. Now we can add our player. Now in the scene window, we are going to add, instantiate child scene. Now we're going to use our player. We have a welcome scene and a player scene. Well, we're going to use the player because that's what we want. And now our player is living in the welcome scene without having to mess with the scene of the player itself. And now we can move this player any we want, and no errors will occur. This way, with the node 2D selected, we can add a floor. That way we'll jump on one. So with node 2D selected, we're going to add another child node, and it's going to be a static body 2D. Now create that. Now this is going to tell you it needs a shape, and it needs to collide. So it needs a collision shape 2D or polygon. We're going to use the collision shape 2D. So with static body selected, plus icon, collision shape 2D, right here, create. And now this is going to tell you it needs a shape. So in the inspector over here, we're going to add a shape. A rectangle works great for a floor. And now we have that, no warnings. We can move this here and extend it out, bring it down. And we're going to make it longer and wider. Now this will be our floor. So now our player should fall, land on the floor, and then we'll be able to jump. And now that we are in the main scene, we can actually use either of these current scenes or the project scene, and it'll work. So let's test it out. Run your project. Player falls, lands on our mystery floor, and we have a jump. Congrats! You've successfully mastered vertical physics. Now in the next video, we switch gears and tackle scene management by creating our first reusable scene, a coin. And we're going to learn about the Area 2D node. Now if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to Godot Dev Checkpoint. And then we can see when we come out with more. And remember, finished, not perfect. You'll learn more from failing than any success. So fail fast and fail often. And always stay curious. See you in the next one.